Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is my Corvette 2023 C8 Stingray, and it is sitting out. My new 24 TRD Pro sitting out. My daughter's 24 Jeep Wrangler sitting out. Now, at least one of these should be, or both of these, two, or one of these, two of these should be in my garage. However, none of them are. And you can see by that beautiful gray sky, we might be getting some pop-up showers today. Hopefully they're a little off on that. But they're sitting out. And the reason they are is that something, I don't want them to sit out, but I need my two-car garage for one vehicle for the moment. I have a few cars and most of them are in storage and fully operational. And I brought one down here to get it ready for a show. As we sit here, it's June 26th. We're about 2 weeks out from the drop dead date for Carlisle Chrysler show. And I lost my brakes 2 weeks ago bringing this car home. And so the reason these are sitting out, and I'm kind of hoping the storm blows over, but if something happens, a tree or debris or whatever, and these cars get totally destroyed, I'm going to be a little upset, but they're insured. And this car, as far as I know, they're still making these. They're still making these, still making those. Something happened and we had to replace one, two, or all three of them. They're insured properly and we could take care of them. Now, what did I do? I was gonna call this video a new level sketch. I'm trying to be hip. I know what that language is, but these are tires for, and the wheels for my 57 Chrysler, including the spare tire. Now, they are bias plies. So I'm gonna be taking those off because I said my brakes went out and the car's been sitting here. And I have a expert in these forward look cars who's willing to come down here and work with me and show me, most importantly, show me how to rebuild my brakes. And we're gonna be doing that. We're gonna do it July 1st. There's all my brake kit, and here's the unveil. Here's where I was a little bit, and I had to call him to make sure the best place to put the jack stands under these forward look Chryslers. So I got 3-ton jacks, stands. I got a 3-ton jack. It's about a 2.5-ton car, if my math is right. So better more than not enough. So even then, I'm a little bit concerned, but it's okay. It's gonna be a few days. So this is Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning, he is gonna show up early. He's got all the tools, including the special wheel puller, that we can get that properly off and taken care of. And I'm gonna learn a valuable new set of skills. Now, what I wanted to show you is I've never really been under this car. Been all around it, but let me show you some things here. This is, as far as I know, unrestored undercarriage on this car. When I was talking to the seller who had bought it from the original family, he said it's rust free. Holy smokes. He's a man of his word. He did not oversell this car. He did not inaccurately describe anything on this car. This car is absolutely, it's beautiful. I mean, this is a 1957. It's probably a mid to late 57. But I've been feeling around on this car and I can't for the life of me find any rust repair, anything. So look under here, and sorry, my fingers keep getting in the way, but take a look at those rockers. Take a look at my hands trembling. Your car up on these jack stands. I do have the safety pins in there though, if you're wondering. But again, I'm safely away from this car. You look underneath here. It's like dirt on here, like a good coating of like oil and dirt on this car. You know, I went absolutely mad looking and showing off my 78 Ford Bronco. Am incredibly humbled by the condition of that car. But here's another type of car that was not really well known for its rust resistance. But heck, what car in the 50s, 60s, 70s, even through the 80s and 90s, some today that are really known for their rust resistance. But I mean, I'm just awestruck at this. I mean, look at this thing underneath. I'm gonna reposition my light because I do not want to pull anywhere near those jack stands. So when I start back up, it'll be after I repositioned it, and I'll show you the back end of this car. Okay, we are back. This is the driver's side rear wheel arch. And the driver's side drum. I mean, the outside of this, I don't know if you can see this, but I mean, it just looks like a good cleaning on a 2-year-old car. And maybe even less than 2 years, given some of the areas. But take a look at that frame. Turn this around, and you're gonna see more of the same here. You're gonna see in like under here. So this car was repainted, but the original paint under here is, God, like the bench wells. You know, for it, I'm feeling through here. I'm not coming up against anything that's like, oh, that's a bad glove of whatever. I mean, sorry if I'm making you dizzy here, but this is the first I've really gotten a chance. I never had this up on a lift where I could see it, and I mean, my gosh. And I'm sorry if people are having trouble hearing me. I've been dealing with a lot of bad allergies this summer, and my voice is really kind of not what it should be, but I'm coughing less. That's good. So as you see this, I mean, like, look here. So we'll go under here and take a look up there, folks. It's just mind-numbingly clean. I will tell you, I could see why the previous owner was so in love with this car. I mean, jeez Louise, look at that. Look at that cleanliness there. And, you know, for a car of its vintage, here, try to get a little bit more. I'm already so filthy. I've been doing chores all day other than this, and I got a busy weekend, my daughter's graduation party and all that good stuff. So just take a look there. I think that's my battery box there. But inside, if you see in the underhood, you can see the telltale signs of our brake fluid leaks. So, you know, we're gonna address all 4 wheels, master cylinder, and all that good stuff. The bellows look like they're working okay, but the good news is, a friend who's coming down, who's had these cars for years, has a spare bellows if mine is bad. So it's boding well for a successful outcome to this. But take a look underneath of this car. It's just stunningly clean. It's not a perfect car, but these were not perfect to begin with. But, you know, I'm going to go through, and if you, I don't know if I've done a video of showing you the door jambs and the trunk and a little bit under the hood need a little bit better detailing. And once they are detailed, I'm getting all new trunk rubber and trunk trim, and getting the whiskers for the back seat window, on either side, and new window rubber and door rubber while I'm at it, just to kind of freshen it all up, clean it. And so once this thing is all put back in a little bit more like freshened up, I mean, the previous owner really did a wonderful job freshening up the interior and keeping some of the original. He kept the original vinyl, the door cards, that headliner. My God, that headliner. So I'm getting more and more excited about this, because part of me, and you don't really know me, and but I taught myself by watching other people how to restore houses, and I did that as like a little sideline thing, and I love doing that, and I never thought I would know that kind of stuff. But I always wanted to learn about cars and how to repair my own cars. Not everything, but if I had to do something, or at least know how it works, so I could direct someone, like in an unusual car like this. This isn't really that unusual. It's a pretty basic four-wheel drum brakes, and it's got that bellow on there. It's a little different, but not terribly. The good news is parts are available. Good news is I'm going to learn how to do this, and I want to do more when I have my proper garage, and that's coming soon. I'm overdue picking out a few final things for it, and I know they've been calling me about it, and I'll do that hopefully today. But I just wanted to show you this. It's just really weird, and it's the pitch of my garage, by the way, that makes it look so catawampus, but they're all set on the same settings, and this car is going to brake properly, wonderful, and it's going to have, I'm giving these to Butch, he's coming to help me, because he can use these on one of his cars. He's got a couple forward look cars, keeping the wheels, and I'm putting 5 Coker Classics. These are radials, and they don't deduct for these at shows or anything like that, because they're like a safety thing. They don't mind if you have these. The car rides better. It doesn't ride the same as it does with this, and I like bias ply, but I don't know. It's been a number of years since I've had a car with bias plies, and I'm just going with the radials, because you can really feel these things travel, and I don't like that. I want it to be a little more firm and planted, and a little more of the land yacht that I, in my mind, expect it to be, without any kind of like fighting the crown of the road and things like that. So this car on July 1st, which is Monday, will have the brakes, and I have to take these and get them swapped out in the next day or so. So I'm gonna go borrow a pickup truck. It's nice to have a truck to borrow. And I'm gonna hope that nothing goes wrong with the weather tonight. I get some ominous flashes on my phone from weather apps. So it is what it is, folks. As an old dear friend of mine, World War II vet who taught me a lot about cars, said, and he said, sometimes it just is what it is, and it's true. I hope I'm not gonna have an insurance claim on 1, 2, or 3 vehicles, but it is what it is. So anyway, join me coming up here on July 1st. I'll do some as gone through. I don't think Butch will mind if we film him a little bit. And what's fun about this is I'm meeting more and more people who in the hobby, and we're all different people, but we like helping each other out. And right now I got a longer hand to take than I do to give, as my grandfather would say. And I want to switch that around as soon as I get some knowledge and whatever I know about contacts or things like that. There's a wonderful gentleman I met in Charlotte, has a 57 New Yorker convertible, totally restored. And he gave me so many people that could help me find the parts. So all these parts I'm talking about, the trunk, the weather stripping and all that, that's because of a gentleman I met in Charlotte who's an AACA member, and saved me so much time, and just very kind. And I don't hide any knowledge I have about anything. I love to be an open source, and if I tell someone something that saves them time or money, or just gets them a solution to it, that's what I want to do. And I like that about this hobby. There are a lot of people that want to share their knowledge if you're willing to listen. And so thank you for watching and listening. And experts on here, I want to get this to Carlisle because I want to meet more of you. I want you to look at this. I want you to see what this is all about. And I have a video now of the underside and everything like that, but gosh darn it, when I get the door jambs, the trunk, and a little bit under the hood, a little clean up there, I think she's ready for Hershey. And I'm taking her there and see what happens, because the worst thing that could happen is if I go there and have a good time. I don't come home with a trophy, I don't come home with a trophy, but I will come home with 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 new friends, and that's the good part. So have a great day, stay dry, have a safe holiday, and well, I'll have this up, and the next video and this up in a couple days before the holiday, but have a safe weekend, and take care.